Hey gang, homesteading on a dime here, and we are gonna do some videos, two or three probably, on cutting trees, bucking up and splitting firewood, as well as gathering and processing trees for other uses, like I got a wooden bunk planned. So I'm gonna do these videos for you guys, and they're designed more for the novice. I've been cutting down trees for a long time. Never been professionally trained or anything like that, although I have had some good instruction from people that know more than me. Uh, I'm not going to try to change anyone's mind who's been cutting down trees, most of their life for firewood. You've already got your procedures down, and you know how you like to do it. I'm not here to try to change your mind. I just want to show you how I do it. Maybe if you see something I do that you like, you want to incorporate, that's fine and dandy. But this video series is meant more for the novice, I guess you would say. So let's get on with the first video, and we'll just show you how to cut down a very simple little dead tree. And in the next video, we'll make it a little bit more complicated. But let's get on with this video and see what you think. Alrighty, this is the little tree in question. It's a small white spruce tree, and as you can see, it's quite dead. A lot of bark missing off it. And I'm going to take this one down next just because it's going to go very easy. It's not a big tree, and like I said, my saw is getting kind of dull. It got used pretty hard here recently, and I just neglected sharpening it. But there's a couple reasons why this tree is going to go the direction I want it to, and you'll see that most of the branches are on the far side of the tree from where I'm standing. And while they don't weigh a lot, every little bit helps, and that's basically gravity. It's going to want to naturally go in that direction. Now, this isn't a perfect example because the difference in weight isn't all that great from one side to the other. But if it were a living tree with a lot of branches on it, and you do find quite a bit of those up here, where most of the live branches are on one side, that's the way you want to try to drop the tree, because unless you have some sort of mechanical aid, like a come-along or a rope pulley or something like that, to actually winch it back in the opposite direction, that's the way it's going to go. And if you try to get it to fall the other way without any sort of mechanical assistance, you're going to end up pinching your saw, and your chain is going to be, or your chain and your bar is going to be stuck in the tree, and you're going to need another chainsaw and or the winch and come-along to get it back out of there. And I have absolutely no experience in this other than the 30 or 40 times that I've made the mistake and, should have known better kind of stuff. It happens to everybody. The more you do it, the more it's going to happen. But this tree's going to go pretty easy. There's nothing that's going to really keep it from going. The spruce right next to it, just right down the camera there, is the nearest tree that's probably going to stop it, but it's not going to stop it. It's just going to go. It might need a tug, but it'll go. So that's the one we're going to do. Well, there you go. Let's take a look at that cut there. And, oops, sorry about that. You can see with this part here is the hinge. Normally it breaks a little sooner than that, but the tree was standing pretty close and there wasn't that much weight. I guess that's why I did it. But you can see that it's a pretty even break right across there. And my back cut is just a little bit. In this case, it's only about a half an inch or so. You should be about an inch at the end, but I was holding my saw just a little bit crooked. You can see it slants down just a little bit. So if I would have maintained a truly horizontal cut, but it broke just like it was supposed to. Like I said, it's really even. Fell right where it's supposed to. It did catch up on that little spruce just a little bit, but there wasn't enough to keep it from going down. And there aren't so many branches on this tree. It's going to take a long time for me to limb, because I hate limbing more than anything in the world. But I'll get this one sectioned up and start hauling it back to the cabin. And I can't even find my tree because of the sunlight. The sun's so bright behind me, can't see my viewfinder. But that's it in a nutshell. On the way back, I'll give you some resources. I didn't go into a lot of detail on why I did the things that I do, but it's the way a real arborist would do it, or it's pretty close. Obviously I have to modify things a little bit. But if you're a novice to bringing down trees, there's a video on YouTube that I highly recommend, and in a little bit I will give you the resources for that, because it's highly, highly worth it. Anyway, I got to get back to work. My saw is about had it as far as being sharp. Well, I get almost to the top of the tree and the chainsaw runs out of gas. I guess I didn't fill it either. Okay. Didn't sharpen the chainsaw, didn't fill the chainsaw with gas and oil. Okay. What else am I missing here? Okay. I'm going to go back to the cabin, obviously with an empty chainsaw, and fill it and bring it back out eventually. But yeah, as you can see, I have everything bucked up into 4 sections. And if there are some videos you guys haven't seen, I have a process for doing that. I'll go down and I'll score the tree at my usual buck-up lengths, and that gives me 4 sections to carry in, either on the snowmobile trailer, freight sled, or my freight trailer. Generally I do 3 for the freight trailer. Sorry about the aiming, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. But I can get them back this length, and I'll probably carry a few of them in over my shoulder anyway, just to give me something to do today. I won't get them all in, but with these temperatures I don't need a lot of firewood anyway. I'm just trying to keep from depleting any more of what I've got built up. So with that, we'll go back to the cabin, and my chainsaw here, and I have a cup of coffee and listen to the radio and enjoy the morning. You want to hear something really funny? I don't know why. There is another video I put together about me putting the first steps of putting together this bridge. And I just realized that I spent the last 2 days bypassing this bridge and walking through the bottom of the creek, and I have no idea why. It's just, I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but that's just me in a nutshell, I guess. Okay, mental note, next time you cross the overflow creek, why don't you just use this stupid bridge? So here I am, great macho shadow of me carrying a log over my shoulder, heading back to the cabin. I figure I've got, I don't know, 14 or 15 trips doing it this way today, so I'll get a lot of miles on. I'm not that far from the cabin, only maybe 1/8 of a mile or so, but it's good exercise. It's quiet. I don't have to listen to a machine running or a saw running anymore today. Well, I will have to buck up a little bit of this, but most of it's just going to go in the pile for now. I only need a fire, I run it for 2 or 3 hours in the morning when I first get up, just to take the chill off, Temperatures are about 30 degrees plus or minus a few degrees in the morning. So by the time I'm ready to saddle up and do stuff, the fire's about out, and by then you don't even need it, so I don't run a fire too much at night. Every now and then, just to take a little bit of the chill off. Trying to negotiate some of this rough ground, which is nice because it gives me time to do other things rather than, you know, try to keep the cabin warm all the time. Have I scared you away yet? You say, there's no way I'm going to do it that way. That guy's crazy. Well, I mean, as in stupid. But no, I just... as long as I can do it this way, I'm gonna. I don't think one of those little hover round chairs would work too good up here. You know? So, gotta keep the body moving. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, short little video on cutting down a very small, very easy to drop tree, not a lot of obstructions in the way for it to get hung up on. Just remember, cut that notch really shallow, about, I think they say 60 to 70 degrees. Just cut it really shallow, follow kind of the marks I went, the angle that I went. Cut it about 80 to 90% across the width of the tree. You don't have to go across the whole diameter of the tree at all. Make sure your notch is horizontal with the ground as best you can, and cut about an inch or so above the bottom of your notch, the closest you can. Like I say, I kind of scribe a little bit of a line because I can make anything crooked without even trying. So there you have it. It's not a tutorial exactly, but if you just you know, follow the bouncing homesteader, and you can do it too. Our next video is going to be on having to winch a tree down in a difficult area, and then I will probably do one on an actual tutorial. But in lieu of that, if I don't get around to doing that, down below this video in the description area, there is a link to an excellent video. It's about 30 minutes long. No, it's more than 30 minutes long. It's long. It's made by a professional arborist. That's a guy that cuts down trees for a living. I believe it's sponsored by Husqvarna. I don't remember for sure. I'll recall that because I have to dig up the link, and I'll probably watch the video. It's very good instructional. It's a fairly long video, but it teaches you everything you need to know to how to safely drop a tree. Just be patient with it. He doesn't rush through anything. It's an excellent video. It was pointed out to me years ago, and yep, that was really good. It taught me a lot. It taught me what I was actually doing, but I didn't maybe know why I was doing it. Very good, professionally done video. I highly recommend that you watch it. I'm going to try to do this and walk at the same time, and multitasking is not one of my stronger abilities. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. Please like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and it will tell you when I get more videos online, or maybe just tape over that notification bell on your computer so you won't be tempted. It's up to you. Anyway, have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.